Okay, everyone, it is 6 o'clock. We do have a quorum. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Woodstock Planning Board for November 20th, 2025. We have a quorum. Do we have any updates to the agenda?
No, if we do, I'll make it as go as we go.
All right. We have the minutes from November 6th. If everybody on the board is okay with them.
Motion
Yes.
to approve the minutes.
All right,
We did
so
not have our,
we still have open the public hearing for Route 1105, Route 28, which is a proposed gas station on 28. We kept it open because we're still waiting for some information from DOT. But if there's anybody here for that case, we'll hear it. Otherwise, it will remain open until we hear otherwise. Okay, we have a sketch plan review.
We have a problem. Are you for berserkers or just Lizzie? Okay, so we can go through with berserkers and see if anyone shows. We won't have one.
So let's get berserkers done.
Okay.
Okay.
What I can do.
Our sketch plan review is for Berserkers LLC, special use permit 25-0389 and SUP 25-0700. This is the third sketch plan review of a site plan review and special use permit application to redevelopment of a site to create a 17-room hotel within the HC zoning district located at 39 Mill Hill Road in Woodstock. The reps are on 40 and everybody, Mud Buck and Eggers, Barry Price. So you guys want to come up and tell the board what's new?
Mr. Laval's on his way as soon as he can get here. Yes.
Okay, Ron, you want to
Yes.
take it from there?
Yeah, we know everybody, we're here for it. I was previously, but this is a full set of plans. Eggers. This is in conformity with the site plan review requirements, special use permit requirements of 260. As for hotel. And there really are no other legal issues involved, we don't require any variances. So I will pass it over to Barry with respect to this description of.
in terms of new information, it's survey and it's. You want me to go over things I've gone over with you before in terms of the site plan? I have nothing new in architecture.
No, in fact, the last thing we did was CCD, which has already been done.
That's been done, SHPO's been done. SHPO's been done. We're good to go there. We just have DOT outstanding, that's really the only outstanding issue. We're in touch with them, yeah, we're trying to work.
That's something that's gonna hold us up.
I hope not.
Make it within the resolution. DOT tends
Pending.
to work with, and then we'll be with.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on that?
No,
needs
there's
to
no,
be added?
there's no other legal issues involved. We just really want to walk through the site plan quickly with you.
Okay.
Respond to any of your inquiries or concerns. Address, drainage issues and the other issues that are appropriate to.
How does that work? Are you going into catch basins and into the, where is your water ring, your stormwater going?
It's gonna be flowing out to
Catch basin out front?
basin up front. And one,
Catch basin there?
Yeah.
Okay, as far as this catch, as far as the stormwater going into the catch basin on the street, is everything okay with the highway department?
well, that's the
That's what
DOT
you're waiting for.
problem that
Yes.
we've communicated with them 2 months ago and we haven't heard anything back.
And we communicated with them again yesterday.
Yes.
To bring them up to speed, so hopefully we'll have that very shortly.
Board members, any questions? Huh?
Was there anything the last time that we were asking for?
The last thing was the CCD.
Honestly, last time you guys were ready to schedule a public hearing,
Yeah.
time before that was CCD, but they were working on one more survey part and just cleaning up some final things. So they wanted us to give them some time just to do their due diligence, so you were there.
I think we just have to-
All right, signage,
We haven't decided exactly where the signs will go, but I mean, it's within compliance.
compliance, the same price.
It's down well on front of the building, not out.
You had a sketch before.
It's not in elevation.
Yeah.
And lighting is all dark compliant.
So, yeah. No question, maybe we can prep this before, I'm not sure, the main entrance is actually in the back, then, it's in the parking lot. Yeah, this is- coming from the street, I think.
The idea of,
It's a process, right? I mean, we're basically, we'll move forward with construction drawings as soon as we're approved. Because they're pretty extensive, and once that, we'll put it out to bid.
okay, board members, questions?
You think it's like problem with Millville Road while you're doing construction?
Let me see what would be the issue. I mean, we can have a barrier in front of the sidewalk.
Would it be during the summer?
Whenever-
Maybe avoid the sun.
You know, yeah, ideally, but you know, construction is an animal with sign. How long would it take?
But a lot of your equipment's gonna be able to be in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
in
it
terms
really
of, in terms of staging for that. We're looking at analyzing the building.
Very much so.
Reduce the term of construction by months.
These things like 12.
That's a perfect scenario, you know. It's possible with this, with the plans that we have with the panel construction. It's gonna be-
I mean, in terms of disruption, much less than that. I mean, it's a lot of construction, all the interior finishes, so the heavy stuff. Certainly not a year. 2 seasons. Probably 6 months. 8 months. This should be analyzed, you know, not 2-3 months.
Any other questions? Good. Good. Well, I think we have everything complete to go to a public hearing, will be pending the highway with the cooling of
Right.
stormwater. I don't see a problem with that. So, let's set up a public hearing time.
Next night, settle with you
Yes.
next week. And all that.
Yes.
Yes, we
We'd
will
like to
schedule a public hearing, probably maybe December,
Okay,
beginning of
that'd be
January,
great,
okay?
yes.
Are we keeping this?
Here for you.
They're free, but you can add them if you want. These are the ones I have. Well, if you guys want them, you're welcome.
By the way, thanks for your-
John?
Done.
Very
So-
large, very
Now-
large.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll finish the session first and then I'll
Then what, yeah,
start the
I'll-
next area.
yeah,
Explain.
yeah, so we're on to a public hearing for berserkers. And then So for the next Lasher House complex, we're gonna lose Graydon because Graydon is recusing himself
Thank you.
from this, thank you guys, from this application. So I have a planning board member on his way here, Mr. Don Lavelle is on his way here, so we're just waiting on that to flip the table. But I'm gonna try to utilize my time as much as I can to bring on this side of the table. So we're putting that on hold.
Okay, then what your last case for this one?
Yeah, we're.
By the way, just to clarify, you're not voting
Oh,
on Lizzie's project. So,
hang on. I'll go through all that in the beginning. I got all that and more.
Okay.
You can fill in my sentences. Is Roger here yet? Of course, he was driving from the city. All right,
Okay.
I'd rather save my precursor for when it's us and they're there. I have a little bit of things that kind of happened and went into the mix with this. We're not gonna review Mountain View parking lot as of right now. I'll clue you in a little bit more on that. That's not right. Okay, let's see. I get you guys a fun. Scenic overlay maps, we're working on getting those
Yeah.
done.
Yep, yep.
So what are we looking at next?
We're stalling. We're on intermission.
Well, Liz, he can't phone it.
But it's gonna be
His
Lasher.
wife's bringing him.
It's gonna be Lasher property?
Yes.
Got it.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's stalling.
Sure. But I never push anyone away from my table.
Remember stalling, right? So Tinker Street's here, the library that's here, this is the library, the barns, the big Victoria on the front, the old funeral home, 106, Tinker Street. And then the car lot's going to be. Can I take a picture of that, is that okay?
You have a double header tonight?
That's up to the people who made it.
It doesn't, Jason. You don't want to.
Copyright.
This library. Right. So the- There we are. You should.
But we were the priority.
That is huge. Would you like to see it? Because you're not with.
Tinker Street. This is the existing Lasher.
Library, there's a library, two barns, where there's new carriages, the old funeral home, Victoria, 106 Tinker Street.
And you know, that's a May and on all of that. And that's the most recent,
This one's.
that I have. Yeah, but I can't get current. I'm just talking about what I can actually download and get on here. So that I know where it is.
Yeah, that one will
So
change.
I can get it.
Updating online, also. They don't have it available.
Sorry? This morning.
That is in here. That is probably cute. I love it.
No, he was with me, so, yes.
Who did the model?
No, Chase there, good model.
You are shining as new.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. And this here is very interesting. I don't know if Greg wants to talk about.
Well, it's a greenhouse, it's a connector, it'll have the bathrooms in it, it's a greenhouse, and this is a regenerative project, we wanna grow things, but the cafe that grows food.
Start talking about
So
this if you
which
want me
of
to,
these
but I
are
don't really like.
No, we
existing
wanna wait
buildings
till
and
the
which
farm,
are
so that's
new?
legit.
This is the existing library, the existing barns with a new greenhouse, the existing studio building, the there's a funeral home.
Yeah.
The existing house. And the existing house next door. So those are new, but that's just the forms, you don't need to really focus on too much, but it's the idea that there'd be affordable
So
housing.
just to be clear, when I was looking for what everything was, this stuff is owned by Calshare. Are you picking that stuff up? Or is it only this stuff over here?
It's not,
We
not
just got
that,
it.
no, it doesn't.
No, those are, he owns this land back there.
Okay, so it's the frontage on Tinker Street, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I can't get current tax parcels, it makes me unhappy. Looks like I can. Okay, so I have labeled the zoning. Some shades.
Was this a week or ago next, or Charlie shows something?
You are. Actually, you're gonna come up, but I'm gonna. Switch on, shows up. I'm gonna- We have big two out. Yeah.
So the one that you just bought is over at this corner here? There is.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah. No, it's this
No,
one.
no.
It's this one
It's
here.
that one.
That
So this is the Victorian house and this is 106.
Got it. That makes more sense in terms of.
There was always, the whole property was owned by the Peterson family. And then they sold it off the council.
Yeah.
See, that's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that. No, I get it. This is the- Right. And that is at the moment. So at the moment, that's happening. So what do we actually have to do about this? Just give comment on?
I'm gonna give a whole spiel before we do it.
But we are waiting for John.
I'm making things work. Do you want me to go out? If you would like, that would be lovely.
Because she's not gonna.
I know, probably not.
See, John.
Learned some things yesterday about,
Mapping?
more things about the mapping, yeah. Would figure something out. Behave properly. And when something doesn't behave properly, like they call us for you and say, maybe I have a bug. Can you help me?
You should get that invoice in the email soon too.
But I haven't gotten anything that says I've paid for it.
It's usually the end of the month, so.
Yeah.
It's totally over and I'll see.
Bloody, most complicated software ever.
And that's the new version, right?
Oh, it's much worse than the old one.
That's what's on.
Somebody there said to me, it's good that I learned the old one because I know
At
what to
least you could
expect
take the
is
tools.
possible,
Right.
but figuring out how to do this.
We're gonna give a round of applause to my hero. And the quorum.
No.
Braden's got to flip sides. Thanks, Max.
I didn't hear it. It's right here on the wall.
Oh, boy.
Did you get past it, or you want to move forward?
Well, it's like,
Just one.
want to do a surprise party? That's what I gotta do.
That's the cord.
I got it.
Okay, so again, I want to thank everyone for your patience. I appreciate it. This is my life on a quorum status. Mr. LaValle is here for the Berserkers case, or even flip sides. He's not.
Not for Berserk, for Elizabeth.
For Elizabeth. Yes. Okay, Berserkers is done. So, on my agenda, there was a few things. We had a last minute cancellation, and then Supervisor McKenna had sent an email to us asking us to review Mountain View parking lot. I actually got some phone calls this morning, and we were asked to not review it because it's not ready to be reviewed, not from Supervisor McKenna, from other people. So we're not talking about Mountain View parking lot and affordable housing. We're only talking about Lisbon and the Lasher complex. We'll talk about the other stuff later in our things. I think that's settled, right, Ron? Any additions?
That's it.
Perfect. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, John.
Okay,
And you know who we are and,
all right, let me open this case up. This is a presentation for Lasher House Complex, Tinker Street and Library Lane. Presentation by applicant and applicant attorney regarding town board referral for report on minor zoning map amendment application to town board. So, there you go.
I don't think I have any.
All right, just want to announce Graydon is recusing himself, and he's went to the other side of the building, so it's on to the table and it's on record.
okay. So let me just go over a couple of procedural things first. This has been referred to the planning board by the town board. Jurisdiction over this matter, they will make the final vote on approving or rejecting our application. Minor zoning district line amendment. And so what we're here for tonight is to make a presentation to you and for you then to refer any comments you have back to the town. There's no public hearing. In this case, the public hearing will be before town board. But once we get to that point.
So exactly like, thank you, Ron, perfect. Yes, this is just where the town board wants your opinion, you know, sometimes with laws and stuff, this is similar, so we're just looking for your opinions.
Right. And this is all, I have sent a copy of Article 8 of the Woodstock zoning law to each of you in the package, so you can see how procedures laid out in the Woodstock zoning law. And this affects 2 of the lots of the 3 lots that are depicted in the plans. And the reason we're asking for this, this requested zoning map amendment, is from an anomaly in the existing town zoning map. The district lines for the Hamlet commercial and Hamlet residential zoning districts run directly through the Lasher House property and splits the library properties.
And always have.
Oh, yes, the thing is that these properties were developed decades before the zoning law went into effect in Woodstock. So we look at this as probably a drafting error for not having the zoning boundary line on the northernmost edge of the existing properties. As a matter of fact, the existing zoning district line runs right through some of the buildings on the properties. So that's an anomaly, and we're here to attempt to correct that. And that's set forth in the maps you have in front of you. The red line is the line depicting where we would like the zoning district line to be moved. So we wrap around the northerly portion of the Lasher House property and the library property. That's about 150-foot movement of the zoning district boundary. See that?
So let me ask. The library, the old, the one that used to be. I see
properties, this is one. One above it, I'm not sure if this is both of those or just the lower.
This doesn't concern-
No, it doesn't concern that lot, it's to the left,
It's just this one.
just
The
that one.
library and the library. That small part on
Yeah,
the other
this is
side
the
of the
library
library
property.
does not belong.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, well, that's why I asked, because this was a little confusing where that line went from. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna stay the same.
So one of the things that we want to discuss as well is that this is in conformity with the comprehensive plan. We totally support the 2018 Woodstock comprehensive plan. I have a copy of the comprehensive plan here. If you look at it, I can point you to specific pages of the comprehensive plan where they recommend affordable housing and they discuss the low availability of rentals in the town. On page 16, they talk about the need for more tech startup firms, and healthcare services firms. These are all things that we're contemplating when we come back for site plan review, if you make a recommendation to approve it. On page 24 of the comprehensive plan, they talk about walkable communities. This is in town. This is within walking distance from all the amenities of the town. It also talks about promoting multifamily and mixed-use dwellings with commercial and retail space on the first floor, rental on the second floor, which is also part of our concept for this redevelopment. And importantly, on page 43 of the comprehensive plan, it specifically talks about shared workspace business incubators, which is also one of the visions for the property. And so this comports with the comprehensive plan in every way, supports it. We think that this is a project that will be a very positive improvement to that property and to the use of the property in the town. And Lizzie's going to speak a little bit more about her proposed uses and vision for the property and how it fit into the community.
Thank you. So I guess I'd just start by saying that at the moment, the HR line that runs through the front of the library, through the barns here, and through the funeral home, everything to the north of that, which we're now trying to move into HC, is not residential. So what we're proposing doesn't impact on change of the current use of any of those buildings. So that's an important point that we're
It's
not.
somewhat commercial.
It's inhabited residential, but it's commercial buildings. So we are just trying to, as Ron said, just write the anomaly by moving that line back to encompass everything. And for those of you that know what I've done in the past, you know that I'm big on recycling. What I'm trying to do here is recycle some buildings. So a library that is no longer a library, because they're now established up at Dixon Avenue. Whether we agree with that or not, they're not there. It's been empty now since the beginning of September. And a funeral home that is no longer a funeral home because there's just not enough of us dying. So we have to go to services if we want to die. So that's why these buildings are empty. And they've been empty from their original purpose for, I think, 5 years now. This whole piece of land was once owned by the Peterson family, and then it was sold off in small parts. And just this morning, purchased 106 Timber Street, which is the remaining part of Janet Peterson's.
So I will highlight to the people who.
Yes, so just the one right at the end. So that gives us, how many acres here do we now have? 4 acres from Library Lane running up to the street. And why did I buy these? Well, because I know you know that it was very controversial, a couple of things that were proposed, the potential use of the library, the potential use of the national properties. And I've lived here for 12 years and wanted this to be part of the heartland of Woodstock. I felt very strongly that this is a really important town architecturally and in terms of the philosophy and the underlying reason why we're here. I wanted the buildings to be used for the right purpose. So the comprehensive plan gave me a map, gave me a key to what was needed. And we've really spent the last 2 years just talking and listening and talking and listening and reading and talking and listening. And that's why if you look through this document, which just matches the comprehensive plan with what our plans are, I hope that we've not proposed anything that will make people feel uncomfortable. know it's Woodstock and there'll be differences of opinion, but you can see on this amazing model that Chase and his colleagues created, there are a lot of trees. I just want you to know, I know how controversial trees are in Woodstock. The trees that are alive will stay. There are 2 trees that are definitely on their last legs and are non-natives, non-local trees, they will come down. And we're planning on planting 47 new trees on this property, so the net gain is 44. 42, can't remember, but it's something like that, so it's a net gain of trees. We are going to create a beautiful, sustainable park here using permaculture principles, which will involve creating new ponds, new water flows through this, that just fit in with the natural geography of the place. And then what are we going to do? Well, we are going to repurpose the library as a workspace for people that can come in and use it. And we're setting up an incubator fund there that will encourage businesses to start and to grow. We're going to put some funds into a sort of loan fund for small businesses. The back where the book barn is, we are proposing to create housing. 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 6 units of housing in the back that will be small.
So that's new construction.
It's within the existing footprint.
Yeah, but they're all barns.
No concerts.
Okay, so it's new construction on the existing.
On the existing footprint, that's right. And low cost, which I know is also a controversial subject. What do we mean by low cost? What do we mean by affordable? We are working on that. This is all being done with recycled money. This is not being done with borrowed money or state money or grants. This is being done with money that's unrecycled. Speak about that later. The barns, we have various uses proposed to us, and we don't know quite what that's going to be yet. But we're proposing connecting the 2 barns with a greenhouse, a glass house, that will have the services that the 2 barns need, but will also be a cafe, because it's going to be right in the middle of this park. The Victorian house in the front will just be renovated and made much warmer and greener than it is at the moment, as will 106 Tinker Street. The studio barns, the old funeral home, is in bad shape. It was always built, I think, as a bit of an afterthought with additions added on, and it's very hard to make that building work as a green building. It's always going to be green, net zero energy. So this will probably be replaced. If you want to come and see it, I can show you why that is. And then what we would like to do is build some more affordable, low-cost housing at the back of 106. So that's what these rectangular boxes just there as placeholders at the moment. Sorry.
How many units?
These will be 3 buildings next to each other. It will add 6 units of housing.
Okay, that was the
Sorry,
question.
each building will have 2 units. And one of the benefits we see to the DOT's plan for the town is that we take away the curb cut that currently comes into the Lasher property, and we use instead the curb cut that's coming into 106, and we bring the traffic through and put it along the back, which will be totally shielded with trees from Mr. Cascario's field. And there will be a turnaround here, and it will come in and out through 106. So that reduces the number of curb cuts, and obviously there's also an entry on Library Lane as well. So I think that sums up. At the moment, the zoning line is definitely an anomaly, and we would just like to rectify that so that we can go ahead and plan this out. That's why I can't.
Are you suggesting 1 curb cut?
1 curb cut at 106, not the curb cut at 100. That will be,
This one stays.
no, that one goes.
That's statement extended to the back.
Now, by the way, John, we'll be back before you for site plan
Yeah.
to address all of these types of issues.
This is only the zoning change.
Okay, so let me address the main issue here, which is the zoning law revision.
Yes.
And based on history, we had one for Rotron, where they were doing an addition to a building, and the zoning line went right through the building. And we couldn't obviously process it like that, so we had to adjust the zoning line for the very same reason that it wasn't properly put in the first place. Same thing occurs here, that when the line goes through the buildings, then we can't review the building because it's through two different zones. So it makes perfect sense to change the zoning law.
So the building you're talking about, well, there's a couple of them. One is the library, which I just lit up,
Yes,
and that's got part of it cut off by the zoning line.
yes.
And I guess these are the like garage sort of facilities of
Yes, so the
the,
two, but also the funeral home itself, so two of the buildings on that.
And there's a conservation easement on the front part of the library property, which we
yeah,
talked
I
about.
mean, I don't vouch for my lines on my map at all, so.
So, I mean, the big issue, obviously, we don't want to get involved in spot zoning. That's not what we want to do. So this is not spot zoning because we're basically correcting a zone line which should have not been there in the first place. As you pointed out, the zoning came in after the building.
And the properties have historically been used for commercial purposes to begin with.
Counting
It
the
applies to the
library
commercial district.
as a
So
commercial
that's not
property,
spot zoning.
basically.
But,
Yes, but
and
some
so that's,
residential.
that's the logic for the board looking at approving the zoning line change. The thing that, as I said, we have to be careful about spot zoning, and this isn't that, but we've had requests for zoning changes that don't go through buildings, and that would be spot zoning, and that we wouldn't do.
Right.
But this is a correction that makes sense. I believe the board would probably agree. You can ask them, and it certainly makes sense to not have the zoning line go through commercial buildings.
Right. And, yeah, and if anybody has any questions about the spot zoning issue, I put in my transmittal letter to all of you, the legal explanation of why this is not spot zoning. Well, we have to move along to sufficient for that.
I'm satisfied.
Do I hear a motion for me to send an email?
All right, what did you say?
Do I hear a motion for me to send an
I
email?
move we recommend to the town board that they approve this zoning change.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright, thank you.
We'll see you for your site plan review.
Well,
You have it all
and
together.
Liz, just thank you for
Yeah.
the town for coming up with such a good plan, such a good.
I was just explaining to Bill Gannon why I want to run this back.
I would.
They don't put them up.
I found.
He's not mad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Is,
Yes, Ron.
Roger here?
Patsy.
We are on the way to the house.
Hi, sir. Welcome. This is my office board.
I'll try to introduce you while they're going on.
Take your thoughts more important.
So, board members, this is Dr. Norman. To install a ground mounted solar array. 20 Now, traditionally, we've always been according to the content, we always solar. So I guess the question is, how big is structure?
Okay, so I believe it's, and I will pull it up. 36 panels. Each panel is about 8 by 4, so 31. So 300, 900, 500 feet-ish.
And it's mounted on poles or?
So it's, oh yes, good. You have it. Okay. But that's where it is.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then
There's no trees are coming.
something down.
Exactly. It's the back of McDaniel going up the mountain, next to Mount Guardian and that whole area. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got enough there.
So it's basically like an open, broken field, grass, regular. And how they mount it is they measure the poles exactly the right length, so it doesn't have to be level ground. It's not level ground, so they put the poles, it's like a rack. They put it on a rack. And so,
So of course,
that's where it is, so it's, yeah, I wanted them to put it a bit far from the house, which is up the hill.
Which may change, but it's not gonna take down
Yeah.
any trees.
No, there are no trees, it's an open area, so they're just gonna position it in the best, sunlight facing.
So in this area here,
It's in the scenic overlay.
Yeah, so that's exactly it, so it's an area where you can't, no one can see into my property, including any of my neighbors. And it's one of the things that the house that I bought.
one of the
So,
questions we always ask is
you
what
can't
panels reflective. I've been told they're not, we assume they're not reflective.
I assume they're not two, and I would have brought like the person, the evolution, energy people didn't come. I'm not such a technician, but it's supposed to be a good modern new system.
I believe we've asked that question before, so,
So-
I'm told they're not reflective.
Really important question.
They're black, yes.
Yeah, otherwise
So
you've got this
that's what it
big
is.
mirror out there.
These are black color.
Uh,
I don't know if that answers that. but Black,
totally black, yeah.
they're dark, they're
Yeah,
not
including the
silver.
rims and everything.
I think so, yes, I think so.
so you're putting them up in this bare area here?
And
Yeah.
even if it gets moved, it'll still, there'll be no.
The whole
trees,
area
it'll be
is
back.
bare.
Yeah, I see that.
So, yeah, so it's going up there and, yeah,
I mean, I think this photograph is from 2021. I haven't done.
I can tell you, it hasn't changed since then, it hasn't changed at all, actually. It's, yeah.
Board members?
How high are they?
Sloped, but not crazy.
They're, from, I think they start, lower one starts at 2 feet. And then, yeah, they slope up and they put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like this, so. How would you do my math? They go, starts 2 feet, 4 feet and 4 feet. So it's at 2 feet, 4 feet, 4 feet, they're angling. So it probably goes from 2 feet to 4.5 feet, so 5.
And do any of your neighbors look into your property?
Yeah, no, none of the neighbors can see in, and I can't see next. The only,
These guys
there's
over
one
here, there's
neighbor in
a
the
lot of
winter
forest.
when they go, I see their light. But other than that, it's,
And what about down the mountain?
that's the down the mountain I'm talking about. The up the mountain, not at all. The up the mountain, not at all, because it's a private road, and there are just 2 other houses in there. Wait,
Which is,
so it's only the ones that would be right off McDaniel that are down from, it's still quite a distance, so.
so downhill is this way, right?
Yeah, downhill is towards McDaniel, yes.
Yeah, when I look at contour lines, I never know. Oh,
Yeah, no, exactly,
but
yeah,
I'm looking
I'm
at the
sorry.
stream and that shows me there's a spring and it
Yeah.
comes down.
Are you gonna be completely energy independent?
I hope so. That was the idea, because it's, this house, it's 18 kilowatts, not 18,000. But that's a lot, so that's what I use. And that's a lot. My mother has a house, I have the very worst kind of heater, which is
Thanks
based
for the
on
electric.
electric, and I'm at the same time changing to heat pumps.
Yeah.
So I'm doing both together. And I have a pool, which we don't use. So just to run the pool is not apparently very good energy, and I have a hot tub,
Hot water is a big,
hot water.
as I have found out.
Yeah, but so the pool, we're not doing hot, I don't do that, this is too much. And we have a hot tub. Yeah, so that, my mother has a house and I have a house, hers is bigger, closer to town, and mine uses a lot more energy. So trying to figure out quite why. So mine averages like over 500, 550 a month. And hers is like 300 to 350.
So how does connect with yours?
Oh, no, I'm just, in my
Just
mind,
comparing.
I just know both houses really well.
You're just comparing.
Yeah. In terms of energy efficiency, and hers, for example, is actually hers is a super old house, so it should be less energy.
So you're
I'm
not
just
gonna
saying,
need, you're
I
not
feel
gonna
like
need
it's
a
spent too
generator, you're
much.
not gonna need a generator. Are you gonna battery storage?
No, we don't have battery storage, so I am gonna have to.
Okay. I have learned the hard way that hot water and heat pumps have to be taken into account when you size the generator. They don't tell you that.
Okay.
What did you say?
I have learned the hard way that hot water, electric hot water heaters and heat pumps have to be taken into account when you size the generator. I didn't, well, they didn't tell me that when I got my heat pumps.
Anyway,
Now I know.
you're basically here before us because it's in the scenic overlay.
That's it.
Yes.
And I guess we've established it's not gonna be seen or be a problem.
And we've long since established that, solar is a thing we want to
We
support.
want more of, yeah.
It would be interesting to know how reflective it is. I know that like Tesla clouds are matte. They are not reflective at all, but there are panels that are reflective.
Never looked at mine. They're black.
Well, then, I would say we wait further review.
Board members?
Sure.
Some.
Abstain.
You're abstaining?
I mean, the only reason it's gotten to a point that I have seen some solar panel systems that are bigger than twice this house.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it, and I get it's a view issue, and that makes sense. I mean, I wonder if you guys are gonna get a lot less requests now that the federal subsidy, like a lot of us were worried about getting it done by the end of this year, because,
So,
that subsidy is gone and the rebate is gone.
I'm gonna let the building department
Sorry.
know that the planning board
Yes, thank you
waived
very
review,
much.
and then at our next meeting, we'll have a resolution, just so it's all signed, sealed, and no special meeting.
I appreciate your time, all the work you did. This is my first time in front of the local board of manufacturing. Although as a student lawyer, I represented prisoners in front of the forward people. Very interesting.
That's charming.
Yeah, it was charming, it was charming, but it was eye-opening.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right,
Um,
that's done.
That's it.
That's
We should
it.
probably,
Adjourned.
we should probably,
And thank you, John, for,
we should probably request specs on the solar panels in the future and make sure that they're not reflective of the city.
That's a good idea. I think we should.
So
yeah, it's like a
usually,
spec sheet or something.
usually we get those, this one I pushed in because he wants it done, so he can get in his taxes, because we've been bigger next year.
But for a spec
I'm
sheet,
just
you're right,
telling
Craig, but we gotta make a spec sheet.
Yeah.
This was a different, yeah,
You
this
should
was a
be.
different company. All right, adjournment to end the meeting, second,
Motion to adjourn.
Favor?
all right, hang on, don't go away.